So we're making a drink we call La Vida Buena, which is a combination of the Carpano, sweet vermouth, a little bit of the Aperol, which is an Italian bitter, and then a little bit of the Del Maguey Vida. Vida is very traditional Oaxacan style mezcal in that if you go to Oaxaca and the villages and the mountains around Oaxaca, basically for generation after generation they've been making mezcal in a really primitive style, very little technology.
And it's organic.
It's completely organic, but I mean it's not organic because it's cool to be organic, it's organic because this is the life that they live. It's a subsistence lifestyle. It's about the earth, it's about taking care of every part of the world and making sure that everything works together.
La vida.
La vida. La vida.
La vida.
Buena.
Exactly.
The good life.
Sandy Seymour, Victor in Spoils here in the city. And he's here showing us his mixology prowess.
Mixing up a Vida Buena, which is a variation on the Negroni. So you've got a strong spirit and an Italian bitter and sweet vermouth. So I mean, it's not revolutionary. Whereas most people make a Negroni equal parts, we do this 2 parts of the Vida to 1 part Carpano, 1 part Aperol, and a dash of orange bitters. We're going to strain that over a nice big cube of ice. This is actually a drink that we have on our menu at Victor and Spoils. And one of the reasons that I love a drink like this is it's mezcal. A lot of people aren't drinking mezcal. It gives them an opportunity, kind of a way to come into the category.
And talk about mezcal, the difference between mezcal and tequila.
Honestly, the 2 biggest differences between tequila and mezcal are place and raw materials. Place being that tequila can only be made in the 5 states. Oaxaca's made in 7 states, 7 different states around Mexico. Oaxacan mezcal is smoky, and it's based on the way that they make it. Again, this process in which it's made is they'll take the agave hearts, put the pits in the ground, light a fire, put the agave hearts in there, cover them up, and allow them to roast. So that Oaxacan style is very smoky. It takes on this traditional.
So when they macerate it, it retains that flavor of smokiness, which gives the distinct quality. Are you making a little with Victor and Spoils? And I hope that you would be to support not just the marketing of organic, but truly organic, fair trade. People, planet, profit, like brands like this that support something bigger than just themselves, for example.
Oh, without question. I mean, honestly, the issue of what's going on in Mexico is a very serious one because tequila as a category, as we know, has grown immensely over the last 15, 20 years. With that growth comes challenges. Obviously, when you think about the agave plant, it grows in the ground. It's a process that should take anywhere from maybe 6 years on the low end, probably more like 8, up to 12, 14 years. Then realize that during the time that plant's been growing, it's been taking the nutrients out of the ground, using them to make that plant. So you need to do something to protect that. Rotating crops or letting them lay fallow, whichever. You can't just continue to strip the earth. There's a big business side to all of this that rears its head. And these are products that are indigenous to Mexico, and they're very much a part of the culture of Mexico. They're very in tune with it. And there's a business aspect and there's the culture aspect, and there has to be a balance between the 2.
Sure. Do you think though, like being an ambassador here in the States, you have an opportunity to educate enthusiasts and patrons about what brands to support? I mean, you really are an ambassador for the brands that are making the culture a better place, paying them a fair wage, supporting the environment. So give me the top brands that do that. It would be either fair trade, organic, sustainable, that kind of live the ethos to make sure that this will be a viable going concern in the future.
The good news is most of the brands that are making these products in the right way are looking at the products in that way, not just as a means to commerce, as a means to money, as a means to an end, but as a part of the culture, as a part of the heritage. I'm not here to call anyone out and say that they're not doing it the right way. Del Maguey, they are friends of the agave, they're friends of the maguey. Another gentleman named David Suro, who has his tequila Siembra Azul. Those are 2 examples of people who are working very hard to keep the focus on what is truly important, on the land and the people who are making these products. It's an extremely important part, not just of the economy of these towns, which of course that's extremely important, but the heritage and the culture that they come from. We have to remember as consumers here in the U.S. is that we drink to have fun, but we need to understand that behind that fun is a culture that needs to be supported and embraced, taken cared for in a way that we can't let big business come in and say, dictate things that just don't work to the bigger picture. Let's finish it up quite nicely. In the Zapotec, in the hills of Oaxaca, where we drink, where much of this mezcal is made, where the Del Maguey's are made, we do a Zapotec toast, which the word is Stigibeyu.
Stigibeyu.
So Stigibeyu.
What does it mean?
It roughly translates to the life force, to the energy that connects us all.
Wow.
So we say
Namaste. Stigibeyu.
When it's time to drink, we say Bakin, and that's easy. That means we drink.
We drink.
So,
Stigibeyu.